the beginning of what I really want to share with you. I think we need to bring John Rambo at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't know John Rambo. Pussy generation has no clue who John Rambo was. Okay, so you understand that for a second? This is a great kissing escalation, okay? Now, use common sense. Notice already we kind of have a clue. Many people, when they listen, look at me, we got a clue. This ear is a little more covered. You start to talk to me, I'm going to give you this ear. We have a preferred listening ear. So guaranteed, you're going to see a clue from the girl. She'll be tilted like that. I was going to say something. I was going to say that if a girl ever goes like, no, it's the same, you go, oh my God. You're one of those rare phenomenon that is the same on both sides. We need to further test it. What about here? Is it the same? What about here? What about here?
Everywhere,
yeah?
the same.
What about here? Front and back, the same. Yeah? And then know also that as you do those things, you're going to be, oh my God, I can't believe it, I'm that close. When that happens, what you got to do, you go, yeah, those things, I don't know, I find them fascinating. To keep her like, oh, teach me more of that. And then go and talk about something else. Go, you want to watch a Netflix? I don't know, I don't feel Netflix right now. So when you're listening, I noticed something. Great way to start is interrupt. See, who interrupts? Certainly not the pleaser that's not in his head, like smiling like this. He doesn't know he's smiling like this because he sees her. So he's enticed by the prettiness of the face. But if we have a camera on him, he's probably like, wow, oh yeah, oh wow, hey, that's cool. Oh my God, yeah, yeah, hey, check this out. Eyes on her, just so. But the man that will interrupt is usually a man that's of a different breed, and girls categorize also, okay? And that guy probably will remind them of the guy that they kind of wanted in high school, but he was too cool for them. So whether that triggers this phenomenon or something else, maybe she's talking, like, tell me a little story, any story. I'm putting you on the spot. That's not a story. Any story is not a story.
No, that's me trying to think of a story.
Is that your story? You trying your story about how
I was trying to think of a story.
See, that's what sucks about stories. Because when we say story, people go back to thinking like of a story from a book and so on. No, a story is like anything that you notice right now that's happening. It doesn't even have to be before. It could be something that you come up with. So we need to broaden everybody's sense of the story, including girls. Okay, so but I interrupted you 1,700 times. So just tell me, like, read me some poetry.
Read some poetry.
Hey, you know what? So there you would say, you know, I'm listening, but you're doing something you're probably not even aware of. You favor this ear when you're listening. Yeah, see, if you think about it, I didn't know, but we all tend to favor one ear. It doesn't stop there, but we usually have one preferred listening ear. And there's a way to test it, okay? Now, I'll do my best. That's the distraction I was talking about. I'm going to question my own ability as a distraction. So I'll do my best to say the same thing in both ears, but it's not going to be like a recording, okay? So pick one, either one. It's not that important.
An ear.
An ear, yeah. Yeah. No, pick a place where you and I can go and have a fun time together. Pick one. Which one? All right. So turn a little bit to the side, okay? Let's come a little bit closer. See, that's to generate compliance right there. Okay? And look away. Okay? So it may help to close your eyes. And then I wouldn't go like, but many ask, how do you take it more sexual? Sexual starts with sensual. So and sensual is senses. So if we talk about a place in nature, nature is arousing to the senses, because you hear the sounds of the birds, the temperature, and so on. So start with that. It also will disconnect her from like, oh, my friends are still waiting and so on. So you go, I want you to imagine any pleasant place, literally, nature somewhere else. where you can really relax, be comfortable. Giving the command to relax and be comfortable. Okay? Now, as you down, you go, okay, how was that? So notice, right now, I'm holding your hand right here. I was very close. And as I come to the other one, I can see her lips. In that moment, you're not doing like, is she giving me signs of interest? You just assess three things. One would be, I go and pull back a little bit. This is going to be harder. So how was that? Okay? She pulls back a little bit. You would take whichever part of her body is still the closest to you. Right there, as she pulled back, her hand went forward, so I would be good. And because she pulled back, I would pull back myself also. I may go good and kiss my own hand, or go good and drop the hand. Okay? If she kind of stays in between, you could say, good start. This smells good, by the way. Good start, and land a little kiss right there. And if she leans forward, when you go, how was that? Then you go in and you kiss and you pull out and you go, oh, how did we get to the lips from the ears? Let's do the other one. Yeah? And then maybe, see, it's a takeaway, like you're the proper one, let's do the other one. Then, because you took it away, you can go in deeper and you go, no, I'm not talking about your other set of lips. I'm talking about your other ear.
Oh.
Okay? So let's do this one. I'll do my best. I want you to imagine. You get this one, you guys, okay? So you do it both ears, then you grab her hand, and then you go, so which one?
It's hard to choose.
Well, I'll be both then.
Yeah.
Here, what's in between both?
I like them both.
No, you always utilize what she answers. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's all raw material for you to play with. Raw material for you to play with. Okay? So, we'll take one or two questions. I'm holding my bladder to not distract, and then I will show you the final one. So, anybody, and I say questions, it's a big word. Anybody wants to interact, wants some clarification? I have witnessed.
Hey Vince, this is David.
David, yes, David, tell me.
Hey, I'm curious if you could go into the hemispheric therapy and body mapping a little bit more.
Yeah, well, I would keep it simple, okay? Hemispheric therapy is the fact that not many people know it, but the hemispheres, it's two hemispheres of the brain. Then the right hemisphere, and I may be pointing backwards because of the fact that some of those streaming are one way, the other way, so I don't know how you're seeing it right now. But right is connected to the left, and left is connected to the right eye, okay? So right there, there is a crisscross, okay? Personally, when it comes to the therapeutic aspect or the seduction aspect, in seduction is just utilization and entertainment. So sometimes it's better not to know too much, because then you could become the thorough, boring guy. Right there, you name one thing maybe that would involve the body. You name like one new massage technique, okay? Like that I never heard of. And I would start to play with it. I heard about the Wayu massage, and I'm not sure if it's more like something elbow-oriented or, but see, the funny thing, if you could get the perfect massage, but only one body part, and there would be some restrictions. I mean, we're not talking nudity or like you know, but what part of your body would you pick? Because I know which part I would pick. Maybe.
I would pick. I think that's really hard. But my shoulder. So I'm only one shoulder.
You could pick only one part for the time being. So okay, see how we're starting to play with it. That is more relevant right there. I'm happy to do an entire class or weekend on hemispheric therapy. And yet, let's stick with the demo aspect. And hemispheric therapy, I give you a glimpse also. The therapeutical aspect and how it relates to your inner game, which is something, if you study with me a lot, You've heard me talk about that. I don't always announce the source or the genre, but I like the skills and the chops. So one part of the mind, the functions, is more logical. If the logic, Christian, I think you're, unless you're about to do a demo, we can hear you. Can you mute yourself, Christian, please? Okay, we're good. Sorry about that. So, if the task, I'm being, no, it's Charlie Pinello. Can you mute? I mute you. Okay, back, focus. Been up since 5 a.m. Was it 5? Or it was a little later this morning.
6.
It was 6 a.m. Aha.
The past
I'm
few nights
slacking
it's been
off.
4 a.m. So.
4 a.m. Okay, so hemispheric therapy. The part is more logical. If the logic serves you as you're about to address something in your life, if the logic is supportive, wonderful. But if the logic works against you, shift it to imagination. If the imagination is supportive, wonderful. But if the imagination is, or you being creative, is working against you, shift it back to logic, like right foot, left foot. Example, if a guy goes, well, you know, I broke up with that girl, wasn't easy, but eventually I grew from it. So, okay, I think I can handle this. He's following a logic. No logic is purely logical, okay? But within that context, his logic, if I did this, then I did that, then I'm gonna be okay. Good. But if the guy is following a logic like, man, you know, every time I have a girl, it seems that it's gonna go good, and then I turn into a pleaser, and it's not gonna change, and his logic is crippling him, then he may want to go, and what if that was different? Bridging question towards now, he has no reference of it being different, but it could be, yeah, see, catch your breath at least, that would be nice. Then trigger further imagination. And how do you think you would feel right now if you already were in that different reality? If on the other hand, you get the idea, the person goes like, you know what, I don't know, I feel like I'm messed up, you know, I spoke to this girl and she said, don't you talk to me like this, and I'm afraid that she's gonna send her brothers to me, and oh my God, and what if one arrives and start to fucking, and they kill me, and then nobody finds me for like months, oh my God, and then you would be, hey, hello, okay? Did she show any sign of violence there? No, she did not. Okay, so that's already a good sign. Okay, have you met her brothers? Do you think they would really go the distance and face a lifelong sentence because you said one little thing? Yeah, I know, you're right. So that's hemispheric therapy. Watch, because I sense, this is a different topic, maybe we'll address it tomorrow night, that there's a little disconnect. In cognitive therapy, they call it a dissonance or a distortion. I want to tell you about 2 distortions that impact your learning, your retention, and until you're aware of it. The moment you're aware of it, it's going to be easier. We often come to this art from a place of seeking, and we search, and then we're exposed also to a bombard of information through traditional schooling that usually has an element. One thing, the schooling system oftentimes is based not to the benefit of the student. They don't take something complex and say, how could we make it easier? So even those who are not really interested, easier and more pleasant, even those who are not really interested, or those who have not shown much proficiency in that topic, start to get it. Usually they do the opposite. They try to make it hard to force us to make efforts. So then we're a grown-up adult, men or women. We have those passions and dreams, and we want to make headways. And instead of taking one simple thing and starting to have fun with it, you could take that idea of detect when you're a little bit in distress or you're not sure what to do. Identify, am I following a certain logic or am I kind of imagining things? Okay, I'm following a logic. Is that logic serving me? No. So let me shift myself to imagination. A guy could take one of those little demos, have fun with it and do it a little bit strange and have girls go, why you're asking? This is weird. I don't like it when people touch me for maybe a week or 30 days because they're not saying they don't like the process. They're saying, practice it a little bit more. It's a little rough. It's a little weird. If you were playing guitar right now, I think I would say practice a little longer. The guy could consistently kiss and bed. While he used to be like, well, you know, sometimes I try to escalate and be in the same fucking old story. But what guy is going to take that one thing and play with it and understand, I'm not going to let the programming or thinking, difficulties, school, that's behind me. I'm going to be committed to me, to my art and produce the result. You're looking at this guy. I would take one thing and fucking stay with it. And then you accumulate. The other thing, when it's invisible or new or we don't have a reference, too often we treat our emotions or behavior, the behavioral changes that we want in the following manner. If, for example, we're to say, we need to bring this to the gym, okay? Okay, you can grab it like this. When you have a bag, you can take a bag, grab it by hand or take a bag. But it's visible, so we can see it. What if it was invisible? Then we'd be like, yeah, I need a movers. I need 2 trucks and 10 movers and some bubble wrap, okay? So you don't need 2 trucks and movers and bubble wraps to carry something that light. So too often a guy may be, well, you know, I should be more playful. And in his own mind, he sees playfulness as being a planet that's not even within our solar system and he's wondering how will I ever get there? When in fact, playfulness would be as simple as, can we carry this to the other room? That I'm detecting it a lot. So ease, make it all simpler, lighter. Are we ready for that last one? Thank you. Awesome question. Okay, and I'm here to challenge you, and I'm here to challenge myself also, and I'm here to challenge her most of all. Oh yeah, this is Rainbow Camp here. Okay? Here, hello, and welcome to the John Rambo Vince Kelvin Build a Better Woman ashram. Here, we will take bad girls and turn them into powerful women. So, to apply, please message me. So, darling. So, that one, let me see. We're going to adjust the camera on. That one will help you to get more physical with your hands. It can lead to more. It's a template. Play with this. It will resolve the matters we talked about. So, hey, I'm going to introduce this one to show you how you can bring something that's completely out of context, just in case. Okay? Okay, totally off topic. That's how you would start. You go, okay, totally off topic. Today I was thinking, that's weird. You know, I don't know, you don't look like the type that we go to church, but you know, sometimes people say hold hands. Have you noticed that some people, they hold hands and they're more comfortable this way, and I try the other way. Yeah, I see. Yeah. But why is that? And it's not everybody. I mean, I could hold another person's hand and they like this way better. What within us, inside of us, decides that? Now, what's funny also is that there's a side that feels more comfortable. Check this out, this one. Yeah, move to the other side. Which one? Are you one of those weird ones that is the same? I'm one of so then we're going to walk like this. Then we're going to walk like that. Yeah. So now, what's funny also is that you know how people like lovers, okay? Us, we're just getting acquainted. They hold hands like that. Notice which one is more comfortable. This one will show a little closer. Yeah. Which one? This one, why you squeeze, you relax, relax. Yeah. Or that one. That second one feels weird
yeah,
to me. First one.
Like,
yeah.
First one
Now let's see the other hand. This one or that one.
Yeah.
You know that reminds me like in Kundalini yoga. This one they say that like something with the thumb for women, the thumb here and the thumb there or something.
Really?
So I'm wondering this because see when I put my thumb here, it feels more comfortable than when I put it on the outside. So that means the man's thumb gotta be on the inside.
Yeah.
But how would two gay men hold hands?
That does feel better, you're right.
Like that? That'd be weird. How would two lesbians hold hands? They would have two holes right here. So I did one. How do two lesbian or two gay men hold hands? So now what's funny also is that sometimes this will show how decisive you are as a person. Okay? Some people they prefer that you hold their hand and even if it's not the right one, they kind of follow. Some people will correct. No, that way, that way. Yeah, even in church. I go to church, believe it or not. So anyway, that kind of stuff fascinates me. Okay, but your turn. Teach me something. Teach me something interesting, and it better not be like a story. I want to learn something with the hand. Okay, here I have a question. How does one? Where do you shop for your abs? I want abs like that. God, abs of steel. I wonder if it works down there as well. Here or there. You forgot one hair right here. Wait, I'm gonna poke it.
No.
I just found out that pubes are apparently more nutritious than we know. Oh. You want it back or? Okay, we'll toss it, make a wish. All right, that's what I had in store for you tonight. What time is it? It's 8:12. We gotta go, okay? Now what, I think we did it. If you're watching the replay afterwards and you don't have this precious ancient document, parchment, email me Vince at Seduction Coaching to get it. In the meantime, I got 3 more hours of one-on-one coaching. You guys are absolutely awesome. And there's always a plus and a minus. You know, 2020 is coming. And I'm reminded of one of my favorite mentors, Jim Rohn. You know the story. He was hired by this big corporation, $1 million. They pitched in. And you're about to hear the story for a lot less money than that. They asked him, what are we to expect in the millennium, the new millennium? So we could ask the same question. How are we to expect what's going to happen for everybody and for you in the new decade? And in the new decade, I can tell you, his answer was, okay, $1 million, I'm ready. He said, things are going to be pretty much the same. And then there's going to be opportunity and there's going to be crisis. And that's the nature of life. And that's never going to change. So are you ready for your opportunities in 2020? And not 2020, the 20s, okay? And I'm not talking about Art Deco and Charleston. That was the 1920s. We're the 2020s right now. And there's going to be crisis. Are you prepared for the fucking crisis? So there's always a plus, there's improvement, there's things that stay the same. So the plus of those streaming is that when I wanted to hear Jim Rohn, either I would wait for my DVDs to come and it would take forever and I had to pay big money. Now you can see them on YouTube for free. Or if I wanted to go in person, I would have to relocate. Streaming is beautiful, but I was there on some of the first few streaming. Okay, we experimented PUA World Summit 2009. We streamed it. It was like not as optimal as it is now. Okay, and here's the difference that I see. more and more, even some of you that have been on those streamings, it's becoming more and more and more passive. Passive. Now it's like a little picture in the distance or letters and a name. People do whatever they want, but I would urge you that when we gather like this, pitch in, show yourself, speak up. Okay? That's all for tonight. We always thank Christian Delgado. We also always thank so far the person that's our next in line for trainer for seduction coaching. He's already been teaching with me in New York. He's not there anymore. Akash, everybody, I'll see you tomorrow, this weekend. Go at it strong, strong. And if you want to be part of 2020, the gathering of the Avengers with my brothers, you insiders, for you watching members, just, what is it called? Message me. Everybody else that sees that afterwards, this is an example of what you get when you become a member of Aphrodite's Prince, Army of Aphrodite, Total Immersion. See you tomorrow, guys.